Lying back in Shavasana, let your body relax. Walk your heels about mat width apart, arms halfway between your hips and your shoulders, palms side up. And breathe deeply. Let go of any thoughts, plans, or ideas. And just bring your awareness to your body and to your breath. As thoughts arise throughout our practice, just let them go without any judgment and bring your awareness back to your body. Let's walk our heels together, reach our arms overhead, lengthen the body, reach to the fingertips, point the toes, become as long as possible. And then reach your fingers over towards the right corner of the room. If you want, you can walk your feet over towards the right corner of the room as well, the opposite corner, coming into a crescent shape. And if you want a little bit more intense stretch through the abdomen and hip flexor, you can cross the left ankle over the right. Let's release, come back through center, and now reach the hands over towards the left corner, maybe walking your feet a couple inches to the left top corner of your mat, and crossing the right ankle over the left. And let's come back through center, slide your arms halfway down so the elbows are in line with the shoulders. Elbows are bent 90 degrees, so starting with our arms here, with about cactus or field goal. We're going to inhale, slide the fingertips up overhead. Exhale, draw the elbows in towards the waistline. So feel the scapula, the wing bones gently shifting under the body, creating some space between them. Try and keep your elbows and the tops of your hands and all your fingers down on the mat. Good. Bring your elbows in towards your sides. Hug both knees in towards your chest and begin to rock side to side, massaging the back and kidneys. And tuck your chin towards your chest, roll along the length of your spine a couple times. So as you tuck your chin, your back curves a little bit more, it'll be a little bit more comfortable. And then come to a seated position, drop your knees down to the sides, sit up nice and tall, stacking your shoulders over your hips. And let's just roll the shoulders back. And forward. Good. And bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back and towards one another. Reach the thumbs away from your body, opening the chest, looking upwards. And let's release. Chin parallel to the mat. Reach your hands out, interlacing the fingers again. Reach the knuckles away from your body, round your back, and draw your chin down towards your chest. Good, let's release. Shoulders back up, sitting tall. Right hand to the mat, just next to the hip. Left arm up and reach across. And let's come through center and switch sides. Left hand down next to the left hip, right arm up and reach over to the left. Good, let's come back up. And lean forward, come onto our hands and knees. We're gonna start with a couple cat-cows, moving with our breath. So place your palms under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And moving with your breath, exhale, really arch the back, draw your chin towards your chest. And as you inhale, round the spine, looking upwards. We're just warming up the back of the body, warming up the abdominals, creating some space along the spine. Good, let's come to a neutral spine and we're gonna add the arm and leg. So right arm, left leg, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee and elbow together, tucking the chin. Keep moving at your own pace. Don't let one move become faster than the other. Everything should be even here. Good. On your next inhale, let's hold it long. Keep reaching through the hand and foot, lifting a little bit higher, drawing the abs in to maintain our balance. And now lower the hand and knee down. Good job. Let's switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee and elbow together, tucking the chin. Good. On your next inhale, hold it long, keep reaching, lift a little bit higher, and hand and knee down to the mat. Excellent job. Bend your elbows, bring the forearms down to the mat, cup your hands around the back of the elbows. You might need to walk them in a little bit to ensure the elbows are stacked under the shoulders, and then interlace your fingers out in front of you, pinkies down on the floor. Curl the toes and lift the knees off of the mat. So you may already feel a little bit too tight or with your feet too far forward. So feel free to adjust at any time. We're going to do some dolphins. So as we inhale, we're lowering our hips down into a forearm plank. As we exhale, we're lifting the tailbone up towards the sky. So to make this a little bit easier, walk your feet back on the mat. To make it more challenging, walk your toes forward. You can adjust at any time. You need to take a break, just lower the knees down, come into child's pose. But keep moving with your breath. Exhale as you lift the hips. Inhale as you lower them down into plank. Let's do one more. And then lower the knees down to the mat, flatten the tops of the feet, and walk your hips all the way back to your heels, coming into child's pose, breathing deeply. Good, let's lift our head up, look forward, curl the toes and come into downward facing dog, breathing deeply as we pedal our heels, stretching the backs of the calves, the whole back side of the body. Letting the head and neck relax. And then walking the feet forward on the mat, bringing them towards our hands, tucking the chin, and letting the upper body just relax forward over the thighs. And let's release, round all the way up, stacking the back, coming into mountain pose, rolling the shoulders back so they're stacked over the hips, pulling the head and the chin in slightly so the ears are over the shoulders, and come towards the top of the mat. Let's continue with sun salutations. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips all the way down to the mat. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the right toes, exhaling, left leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower, knees, chest, forehead, or chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, left leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. Exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. We're going to work on our balance, so let's find a point, something that's not moving, a little bit higher than eye level. And we're going to work on Dancer tonight. So root down through the left foot, spread the toes nice and wide. Just soften the knee a little bit, so we're still engaging the muscles to support the body. When you're ready, bend the right knee, reach back with the right hand, grabbing a hold of the foot or ankle, and start by pulling the heel towards the glute, finding that quad and hip flexor stretch on the right side. So press down through the kneecap, roll your shoulders back, and just find balance here before we go any further. Now let's take our left hand and reach it all the way up. Bicep next to the ear, so our body is nice and long. As we exhale, hinge at the hips, just a little bit at a time, reaching our left fingers towards that point that we're focusing on. Drawing the right toes up behind us, little bit at a time, feeling that stretch intensify through the right quad and hip flexor, feeling that shift in our center of gravity as we lean the shoulders and left arm forward. If you need to lower the foot at any point, go right ahead. Just come back up when you're ready. Take one more breath. And release. Roll the shoulders back, stack them over the hips. Lower the left arm and lower the right foot with control. Good. Shake it out. Roll the shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath. Excellent. So let's do the same thing, opposite side. Many of us are a little bit stronger on this right leg. We're starting fresh anyway, so let's not, talk ourselves out of it. Root down through the right foot, spread the toes wide, knees soft, shoulders are back, hands on the hips. And when you're ready, bend the left leg, picking up that foot, reaching back with the left hand, grab a hold of the foot or ankle. And if you can't reach back and grab the foot, of course, pull the knee up towards your chest, maybe slide the hand down. Whatever works for you, but we're aiming to build strength and stability in that one leg that's supporting us. So once you've got that foot in the hand, press the left kneecap down towards the mat, feel the length and the stretch in the left quad. Draw your abs in for some support. And now we'll reach the right arm up, elongate the body, and little by little we'll begin to hinge forward, reaching towards that point, drawing the left toes up. And let's take one more breath. And as we exhale, begin to roll the shoulders back, stacking them over the hips, and then lower the arm and leg down. Excellent job. Shake it out. All right, so let's turn and face the side of our mat, and we're going to walk our feet nice and wide for a wide leg forward fold. So bring the feet parallel to one another, hands on the hips, shoulders are back as we inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward. When we're halfway down, reach the fingertips down towards the floor. Let the upper body continue to fold forward, reaching the crown of the head down towards your mat. And kind of work out any tension or tightness in the back, maybe sway a little bit or shake the head gently left and right or up and down. The more we can relax the spine, the neck, the jaw, the more deeply we'll sink into this forward fold. Now that we've been here for several breaths, maybe you can walk your feet a little bit wider. Let's walk our hands over towards the right leg, bringing our chest towards the right thigh, looking towards the right knee. And let's come back through center, and now all the way over towards the left leg. Good, hands back through center. And place the left hand under the center of the chest. Let's reach the right arm up. So open the chest towards the right side, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and look towards the right wall of your room. And let's release. Bring the right hand down, replace the left hand on the mat. So the right hand is now under the center of the chest. And let's inhale, left arm up. Excellent job. Roll the left shoulder back and breathe. So the rotation is coming from the torso and the thoracic spine, not from the neck. So don't wrench the head to the left side if the chest is not opening to the left. Let's take one more breath and release that left hand. Walk your feet together slightly. Okay, so they're about a little bit more than a stride apart. And then we're going to round up, stacking the back. Okay, good. So we're standing tall. We're currently facing the side of our mat. I'd like you to rotate both toes to the right. So we're coming into our pyramid pose position. Okay, so feet are parallel. We're all facing maybe the opposite end of our mat. That's okay. Hands on the hips. We've all done this one before. And exhale, just hinge forward. So our knees are straight, our back is flat. We're leaning our chest down until we feel that stretch through the right hamstring. And then we're just going to hold it there, breathing deeply. Good, let's lift our chest up. Rotate our feet back towards the side of our mat. And And now rotate both feet towards the left edge, okay? So if you find that one heel's up in the air, just bring your feet together a little bit, okay? Hands on the hips, chest is open, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, opposite side. Left hamstring now is feeling that stretch. Pull the chin towards the chest so we flatten out the neck. Let the quads relax. Good, and let's release. Come all the way up. Excellent job. Step both feet together, turn face the top of your mat if you're not already there. And now we're going to move into some wide leg squats. So I'm going to turn and face you guys, but for you facing me, maybe walk your feet about mat width apart, okay? So that's just a guideline, again, about all of us have different hip flexibility, different leg lengths, so you may need to walk a little wider, a little closer together, depending. But our toes should be turned out about 45 degrees. We're going to start with our hands in prayer position and move with the breath. So let's inhale, sink down into our squat. Exhale, press through the soles of the feet, come all the way back up. So inhale down, look at those knees, make sure they're lined up with that middle toe. Maybe you want to walk your feet a little bit wider if you can. And exhale, rising back up. So move at your own pace. And just like dolphins, just like that bird dog we did at the beginning, we shouldn't be moving too fast in one direction. So everything should be nice and even. And if you find that you're still exhaling and you're standing at the top for a while, well, we need to move a little bit more slowly, okay? All right, so on your next squat, let's hold it here. Keep breathing deeply. Reach the arms out at shoulder height. We're going to take an inhale again. As we exhale, hinge to the side. Bring the right hand down just in front of the right arch. Left hand is reaching up towards the sky. We're going to turn and look towards the left fingers. Keep the hips back and down. So remain in that nice deep squat. Keep the knees open, pointing towards the middle toe on each foot. Let's exhale through center. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. Look up towards the right hand. Feel the side body stretch. Excellent. Let's come back through center and all the way up. Good job. So shake out the legs. We're going to continue with our squats, but this time we're going to sink down to the mat. So moving into our yogi squat. So our feet are going to be closer together now, still turned out about 45 degrees, but we're going to sink down. You can either go straight down into this, or if you want to fold forward, bring your hands to the mat and use them for support, go right ahead. Sometimes this takes a couple times moving into the squat to find the right placement of the feet. Again, because depending on our hip flexibility, this one could be a real challenge, okay? So we want the full foot in contact with the mat, and we're going to bring our hands to prayer position. So many of us, our inner thighs are tight and the knees want to roll inwards, but we're going to use the assistance of the triceps and the hands to press together the hands, use the triceps to open the knees a little bit wider. So again, the kneecaps are pointing towards the middle toe of each foot. We're not going to hold this too long. So just take a couple nice deep breaths. Try and relax. And now bring the left hand down to the floor. So we're just opening the hand down. We're going to inhale the right arm up and back. So think about creating a nice long diagonal line. Turn your head and look past your right fingers. Keep the thighs open, so don't let the right knee roll inwards. Take one more breath here and release. Bring the right arm down, pinning the right tricep just inside the right knee. Hand on the floor, left arm reaches up and back. Look over the left shoulder. You guys look great. Keep breathing. And come on down. Good. Lean forward into your hands so we can lift our hips. Excellent. And bring our knees down to the mat. So we're just going to sit back in child's pose. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Let your whole body relax. Okay, let's lift the head, neck, and chest up. So our shoulders are over our hands. And we're going to start by picking up the right hand and threading the needle. So back of the right hand to the floor, just under the chest, and then slide the right fingertips as far as you can to the left, lowering the right shoulder, ear, temple, all the way down to the floor. We really want to feel a stretch through the upper back, the space between the shoulder blades. So if you don't feel this, maybe sink your hips back a little bit. Maybe you can reach a little bit further to the left by doing that. Good, let's release, press into the left hand, slide that right hand back over to the right side, and we're going to do the same thing with the left arm. So right hand is under the right shoulder, left hand, back of the hand to the floor, and slide it over to the right, bending the right arm, bringing the left temple, ear, and shoulder down to the mat. Excellent, let's release, press into the right hand, lift the head and chest, bring the left hand back, and then walk our hands out. We're going to come into plank. So walk your hands out, center your shoulders over the hands, and then bring the feet back, coming into our traditional front plank, drawing the abdominals in towards the spine. Walk your feet wide enough apart that you can fit one of your own feet lengths between the toes. If at any point you'd like to do this from your knees, go right ahead. So we're going to shift into our left side plank. So drop the heels down to the left, or maybe come down to the left shin, press into the left palm, and reach the right arm up. So pull the abs in even tighter, really focusing on strengthening the left side of the obliques. Keep the hips lifted. Excellent, let's come back through center. Keep the abs tight, don't let the hips droop down. And we'll switch side, heels down to the right. Keep breathing, reach the left arm up. Draw the abs in. Press through the right palm. Excellent, left hand back down, rotate to the balls of the feet, hold the plank. Let's take one inhale. As we exhale, bend the elbows, come through chaturanga, and then come all the way down to the mat. Lay flat on your abdomen, stack one hand on top of the other, rest your cheek on top, and take a couple nice deep breaths. Connect the toes, let the heels roll away from one another. Okay, let's bring the feet together, but we're going to keep the legs glued to the mat. And now we'll bring our hands behind our back. So we'll do our cobra prep a little bit differently tonight. Bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. And just as we did in our warm-up stretch, we're really going to think about opening the chest and reaching our knuckles down towards our heels. So as we inhale, let's peel the face, neck, and chest off of the floor, reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky as we slide the hands down the back of the body, reaching the knuckles for the heels. So think about elongating the torso, finding space between the ears and the shoulders. Strengthening the muscles of the lower back. Take one more breath and ease back down with the same control. Release the hands, stack them, rest the opposite cheek on top, and let the heels fall away from one another, letting the whole body relax. Good, let's try it again, this time using the hands. So pull the toes and heels together, slide the hands so the palms are under the shoulders, fingers are spread wide, elbows are bent and they're tucked in next to the rib cage. On your next inhale, lift from the crown. Use the lower back to bring the face, neck, and chest off of the mat, then press through the palms to come up a little bit higher using the triceps. So again, this is cobra pose. This is different than upward facing dog. So our elbows are going to remain bent, but we're lifting. We're keeping the whole lower body attached to the floor, but we're lifting the crown of the head up, strengthening the muscles of the lower back and the triceps. Let's take one more breath. And with the same control, come on down. So use the triceps, bending the elbows, and then let the lower back take over, coming the bottom half. Stack the hands, rest your cheek on top, let the legs relax. And now reach the left arm straight out in front of the left shoulder, preparing for bow pose. So reach the right arm back alongside your body, bend the right leg, grabbing a hold of the foot or ankle, pull the right heel in towards the glute. So if to get a hold of that foot, you've kind of reached the right knee out to the right side, let's pull it back in. We want to make sure the knee is in line with the hip. You can balance the weight of the head on the chin, the forehead, or you can lift the head off the mat, whatever works best for you. But right now we're just focusing on stretching the right quad, the hip flexor, and if you can, turn on the right glute and hamstring, and let's work on lifting those toes up towards the sky. Create some space between the front of the right thigh and the mat. Good. Let's release all the way. Lower the right foot back to the floor. This time reach the right arm straight out in front of the right shoulder. I don't know if you can hear the background noise I've got. I've got a feisty little 1-year-old. All right, so left arm back alongside the body. Bend the left leg. Pull the heel in towards the glute and reach the left knee down towards the bottom of your mat. Again, the upper body wherever it's most comfortable. Head lifted or forehead on the mat to take off any tension of the neck. Turn on that left glute and hamstring. See if you can lift the leg a couple times. Okay, now we're going to do both legs at once. So you can continue to hold the left leg, or if it helps, you can reach back for both feet at the same time. But start putting it all together. So find that stretch through the quads and combine this with the cobra pose. So think about lifting the crown all the way up, elongating the torso, rolling the shoulders back and together, and then press the feet into the hands, turn on the glutes and hamstrings, lift the toes, coming into bow pose. Focus on a point that's not moving, and continue to breathe deeply. All right, let's release the feet, hands to the mat, press up and back. So we're gonna now move the body in the opposite direction. Nice little child's pose. Should feel really good on the back. We've done several back bending postures in a row. So think about draping forward over the thighs. You may want to walk the knees a little bit wider apart. Let your abdomen sink down between them. That feels nice as well. And now let's lift our hips up, come onto our hands and knees, and we're going to do a couple cat-cows, just like we did at the beginning of class. Move gently. Exhale, arch the back, chin to the chest. Inhale, round the spine. Again, you've already done a lot of back bending, so really this is more about the opposite movement, that arching of the back. All right, let's do one more. And then let's come into downward facing dog. Pedal the heels and breathe. On your next inhale, take a big step forward with the right foot. Come into our low lunge. Hips are down and forward. Reach back through the left heel. Let's gently lower the left knee down to the mat, flatten the top of the foot, and walk your hands up to the top of the right thigh. Roll the shoulders back, stack them over the hips. Hold it here for a moment, breathing deeply. Let's bring our hands to prayer position at the center of our chest, and we're going to turn this into a revolved lunge. So we're going to bring our left elbow either to the inside of the right thigh, or if you can, hook it over the knee. Press through the palm, open the chest a little bit more to the right edge of your room, and look just past your fingertips. Keep the hips down and forward. So as we move the chest, we don't want to find our hips shifting backwards, but try and keep a nice down and forward position through the hips to get the most stretch through that left hip flexor and quad. Excellent. Let's release. Bring the chest forward and hands back down to the floor. Shift the hips back for our hamstring stretch, straightening out the right leg, lifting the toes, folding forward over the thigh. Head and neck relax. Excellent. Let's walk our hands forward, lower the right toes. Before we switch sides, we're going to move the back lower leg. So we're going to keep the left knee where it is, more or less. It's going to rotate a little bit. But we're going to turn the left toes and point them towards the right edge of our mat. Okay? Okay, so once we have our back leg, think about your back leg being parallel to the top of your mat. We're going to inch our hands up to the right thigh. And again, we're going to drop our hips down and forward. So they may not be able to go quite as far forward as they normally would in our lunge, but now you'll feel that stretch shift, and it should be down the inner thigh of the left leg. You might feel it more in the right inner thigh as well, but we're really trying to target the left inner thigh here. All right, let's release. So shift the hips back a little bit so we can bring our hands down to the floor, and then rotate that left foot back on the mat. We're going to step back all the way to downward facing dog. Pedal the heels and breathe deeply. Okay, so let's switch to our left side. So inhale, left foot forward, nice low lunge, deep lunge, hips down and forward. Reach through that right heel. Good. Lower the knee down to the mat. Flatten the top of the foot. Let's walk our hands up to the left thigh. Hold it here for a second. Shoulders are back. Just check in. Notice our lower back. It is arching, but we've already done quite a bit of lower back work, so this shouldn't feel maybe as intense as usual. Bring the hands up to prayer position, shoulders are back, and we're going to now rotate to the left side. So our right elbow, we press it just inside the left knee, or maybe you can hook it over the thigh for a more intense rotation. Press through the palms, roll the left shoulder back, try and stack it over the right, and look past your fingertips. Good, let's come back through center. And fold forward, hands down to the mat, hamstring stretch, shift the hips back, maybe walk the hands back a little bit as you lift the left toes and fold forward over the thigh. Okay, walk the hands forward so you can lower the left toes. And you might not want to drop your hips all the way down just yet. Now is where we're going to rotate the right foot and point the right toes towards the left edge of the mat. Then bring our hands up to the left thigh, or maybe even to your hips, and drop our hips down a little bit here for that inner thigh stretch. So our hips should still be relatively square to the top of the mat, as well as our shoulders. Excellent. Let's bring our hands back down. Point the right toes back towards the back end of our mat and step back again to downward dog. No one's judging you on this transition. Don't worry about it. So however it works. All right, from here, let's work on our pigeon. So let's inhale our right heel high towards the sky and then bend the knee. Pull the bent knee in towards the chest and let's lower it between our hands. Relaxing the left leg back, inhaling deeply. Exhaling fully as we fold forward. Bring our forehead down to our stacked hands or stacked fists, or just keeping our elbows bent and placing our head in our hands. Whatever works best for you tonight to make you the most relaxed. And let's lift our head, neck, and chest up. Let's bring the right hand to just outside the right knee or thigh. Bend the left leg, reach back with the left hand for the left foot, and pull the foot towards the back of the body, stretching the quad. And release, left hand forward. And let's step back again to downward dog. Inhale, left leg up, straighten that leg, then bend the knee and pull the knee in towards the chest, lower it between the hands, relax the right leg back. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, fold forward, and breathe. Let's inhale, head, neck, and chest up. Walk our hands back slightly, planting the left hand just outside the left knee. Turn on the right glute and hamstring to lift the right foot, reach back with the right hand, and gently pull it in. Excellent, let's release. And now sit down into the left hip. We're going to walk the left foot slightly forward on the mat so our shin is ideally parallel with the top edge of our mat. And now we're going to pick up that right leg and again, ideally, stack the right ankle on top of the left knee. Okay? If that's not happening, if you're already feeling too much of a stretch, just place that right foot somewhere along the left leg. It can even be ankle to ankle. That's totally fine. Okay? So we also want both hips grounded on the floor. So let's stack that right leg on top. Let's inhale both arms up and exhale, reach forward until you feel that stretch to the medial glute, so that outer glute area. And then just drop your hands, draw your chin towards your chest, and breathe. Now that you're folding forward, if you're feeling too much sideways pressure on either of the knees, either come up or slide that leg a little bit wider, okay? So we don't want any pain in the knee joints or the ankle joints. And let's walk our hands back in, lift the chest back up, stack the shoulders over the hips, and we'll switch sides. So our right leg now comes down to the floor. If you start with the shin parallel to the top of the mat, at least gives you a good starting point. Then the left leg, again, heel to knee, but if that's not happening, slide that leg until you can get both hips grounded and you don't feel any pain. We don't want any pain. Okay, arms up. And exhale, fold forward, drop the hands when you feel that stretch, chin towards the chest, and just breathe. Good, let's release, walk our hands back, lift the chest up, slide those knees apart, bring the soles of the feet down to the mat, engage the abs, and let's come all the way down. We're going to move into shoulder stand, or if you prefer legs up the wall, make your way to the wall now, and lift up at your own pace. So whenever you're ready, pull the knees in, press through the palms, lift the tailbone up, and then extend the legs. Point and flex the feet a couple times, let your calves and ankles relax. Reach one leg in towards your face and away through the opposite leg. If you're at the wall, just bring the one leg in towards your torso. And let's gently switch directions. And then lower the toes down to the mat overhead, coming into plow pose. And then bend the knees in towards the face, bring the hands down to the mat, slide the knees down the front of the body, gradually lowering the back, tailbone, and then the soles of the feet. Take a couple nice deep breaths. And then pick up the right leg, place the right ankle on top of the left thigh, reach the right hand through the legs, the left hand on the outside, draw the legs in towards the chest. And release, but before we switch sides, let's slide the right leg, bring the thighs together, stacking the right knee over the left. Arms out to the side. Let's gently lower the stacked knees to the left side. Look over your right shoulder. And gently lift the knees back up. Right foot to the mat. Let's switch sides. Left ankle on top of the right knee or thigh. Left hand through the legs, right hand on the outside. Draw the legs towards your chest. And release. And then slide the left leg, stack the knee on top of the right, and lower the stacked knees down to the right side. Look over the left shoulder. And come on up. And now let's lower our heels down to the mat, about mat width apart. Bring your arms halfway between the hips and the shoulders, palm side up. Tuck the shoulder blades under the back of the body. And close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Letting your whole body relax and sink down deeper into your mat. Let go of any thoughts, plans, or ideas. If they arise, acknowledge them, and then let them float away. Bring your awareness back to your body and your breath. Bring your awareness all the way down your body to your feet. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I am completely relaxed. Gradually bring awareness back to your body. Begin to move the fingers and toes. And on your next deep breath, reach the arms overhead, lengthening the body. Reach your arms to the right side and the left side. And then gently roll back up to a seated position. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste.